football week 2. We've got our insider Ryan Eisner in studio. We got a couple big ones on Saturday. The first is number 12 Oregon at number 3 Ohio State. We know who looked a bit rocky. Ohio State looked a bit rocky in Minnesota last week. That's a fair assessment?
I think it's a fair assessment. We also have to keep in mind that Oregon needed the fourth quarter comeback against Fresno State.
And is Thibodeau out? Is that a fact?
I'm not 100% sure, but I don't think it matters. I think Ohio State wins big.
And that's the thing. So what is your degree of confidence in the Buckeyes here? Because they did look a bit shaky, but it's a road Big Ten game.
Very confident. I think Minnesota could be better than people think this year. I'm very confident in Ohio State. I think Oregon's a little overhyped. I think that Ohio State, C.J. Stroud, after a shaky start to the game, looked very good. In the second half in particular, I think that Ohio State offense is just too explosive. Thibodeau or not, I just don't think Oregon can keep up. I don't think Oregon can slow them down. I don't think Oregon has enough offense to keep up. I like Oregon by at least 3 scores. Or Ohio State by at least 3 scores.
Yeah, I mean, I think also you have to factor in the receiving core for Ohio State's very, very talented. Gary Wilson and Chris Olave. So, I mean, those are guys who are experienced. I forget who the running back was that went off last week, but I think Ohio State, you can ask questions of their defense, but I think
I also don't think they need to have a great defense because their offense is so
Ryan Day's program always puts out Ryan Day always puts out a great team and a great program. Well coached. I mean, the way that he has transferred that program, there were questions after Urban Meyer, but Ryan Day is the right coach, and there's no reason that they can't get it done against Oregon this weekend.
No. I will say the thing about the defense, though, where that becomes a concern is like a potential college football playoff game against a Georgia or Alabama. That's when their defense would be an issue. I don't think their defense, I don't think will be an issue in the Big Ten because I just don't think there's a good enough team in the Big Ten to exploit it.
All right, Joe, you have any thoughts on this?
I do.
All right, give us.
They've all been said thoh.
Okay.
Thanks for letting me go last, Sam.
Well, I guess the question I could ask you is how do any of you guys see what is the script for Oregon to win this game if there is one? Like if by any what do they have? What has to happen if Oregon has even a chance?
I'd force a lot of mistakes on Ohio State.
Because it's their quarterback Anthony Brown struggled last week against Fresno State. I can't see him really replicating like being a lead against Ohio State just on a snap like that.
And I think, yes, I do think Fresno State could be. I think Fresno State's good, but regardless of how good Fresno State is, this is an extreme step up, however way you put it. So if you struggle against Fresno State, now you're playing Ohio State. I think the formula I think Oregon is going to first of all have to come from their offense because Ohio State's weakness is definitely their defense. So Oregon's offense is going to have to look a lot better than it did last week. And Oregon defensively, they're going to have to create some chaos. This is one of those games where I think Oregon might want to consider a surprise onside kick at some point in the game. You know, break out all the trick plays, try and catch Ohio State off guard because Oregon doesn't really have the skill. Straight up skill wise, Oregon doesn't match up.